A very good day to you. Today, I'm going to share with you a proposal I have created for my client who is a young mother of a 3-year-old child. As parents, we have always wished to provide our very best for our beloved children. They are our top priority when it comes to financial planning, because we understand that the best gift we could provide is for them to achieve a good academic qualification. That is the key to open up their future opportunities. Nevertheless, besides accumulating wealth for them, we must always remember to prepare a financial assurance in case any unforeseen circumstances happen that may actually prevent us from fulfilling our financial goal for them. As a mother, we want to give the very best for our beloved children. Our love, our care, our time, education funding, insurance protection, as well as having them to be our beneficiary of our future estate. We wish to be able to witness and observe our children's growing up process, entering school, active in school activities, achieving good results, graduation, and eventually become a successful person. But in order to fulfill our wishes, we need to take action and start planning for our children. Medical expenses, education, assurance of financial support until they have fulfilled their college or university education. These are the 6 most popular university locations for Malaysians. Here, I have calculated a rough projected average total annual cost for 10 years and 15 years. If you have 15 years to save up 300,000 ringgit for your child's education, which saving tool would you consider? If you choose ordinary bank saving account with average annual interest of 0.5%, you have to put aside 1,600 ringgit per month for 15 years. If you choose fixed deposit account that give you around 2.5% average annual interest, you need to save up 1,400 ringgit per month. If you put your money into bond or sukuk that fetch about 4% average annual interest, then you will have to put aside 1,300 ringgit per month. If you invest into equity fund that fetch around 6% average annual return, you will need to save up 1,000 ringgit per month. If you are smart enough, able to find an investment tool that provide you average annual return of 10%, then you only need to save about 800 ringgit per month. But no matter how, these are significant figures. How many young parents can save up this amount every month? Well, as long as you start to save now, you are sure that you can still accumulate and provide certain financial support. Since we can never foresee or predict the future, there may be events or circumstances that could prevent us from fulfilling or achieving our financial goal for our children. For instance, sickness, serious injuries, or even death. Imagine if, unfortunately, you become incapacitated or comatose. You cannot manage yourself. Your husband will have to make all the decisions for you and your children. If, for whatever reason, your husband is not there for you and your children, can you be 100% sure of getting the best medical treatment for yourself and the best financial support for your children? Wealth accumulation process always start from wealth protection. It is just like when you look at the sky is dark, but you have to go out. You worry about being caught under the rain, so for sure you will bring along an umbrella. This is the same when applied to wealth accumulation. So we come back to this case. If you have 15 years to save for your child, of course, if you live through 15 years smooth and sound, why not? It is not impossible for you to achieve the goal. But now we have to prepare an assurance so that no matter what happened in the middle of the journey, your financial goal for your children is secure. There are three ways of setting up a trust fund. The first choice, which is the cheapest, you only need to sign up a non-refundable program with a monthly payment of 71 ringgit for 15 years. Upon your first payment, you are guaranteed a sum of 300,000 for you and your child if you become total permanent disabled or death. Your total premium paid in 15 years is 12,780 ringgit, equivalent to 4.26% of your guaranteed 300,000 financial support. Choice number 2. You make a monthly saving of 300 ringgit for 15 years. You get to enjoy 300,000 ringgit of guaranteed cash. You may withdraw your deposited sum after your child has fulfilled her education. Upon making the first deposit, you are guaranteed a sum of 300,000 ringgit for you and your child if you become total permanent disabled or death. Your total saving is 54,000 ringgit in exchange for 300,000 ringgit assurance. Choice number 3. You make a monthly saving of 500 ringgit for 5 years only. You get to enjoy 500,000 ringgit of guaranteed cash in 30 years' time. You may withdraw your deposited sum when your child has fulfilled her education. Upon making the first deposit, you are guaranteed a sum of 500,000 ringgit for you and your child if you diagnosed with 36 critical illness or total permanent disabled or death. Your total saving in these 5 years is 30,000 ringgit in exchange for a guaranteed protection sum of 500,000 ringgit. If you prefer to save to enjoy coverage for critical illness, total permanent disablement, and death, while at the same time have the flexibility of withdrawal with at least fixed deposit interest anytime after 19 years when your child has fulfilled her education, you only need to make a monthly saving of 800 ringgit for 5 years. Upon making the first deposit, you are guaranteed a sum of 500,000 ringgit for you and your child if you diagnosed with 36 critical illness or become total permanent disabled or death, your total saving in this 5 years' time is equal to 96,000 ringgit. By year 20th, should you wish to withdraw all your deposited sum plus interest, you should be able to receive around 155,000 ringgit. How does the children trust works? For an example, let's say if you choose to make 500 ringgit deposit per month for 5 years. Upon making the first deposit, you are provided a guaranteed sum of 500,000 ringgit payout within 30 years upon the trigger events of critical illness, total permanent disablement, or death. Should total permanent disablement or death happen due to accident, your trust fund will receive double the 500,000 ringgit amount. Setting up a children trust. This is a legal document stated your clear intention of the trust and when and how the trust fund is to be distributed. In this case, the trust fund is to provide financial support for your medical, living expenses and others should you diagnosed with critical illness or become incapacitated. For your children's living, education and medical expenses after your demise. And in the trust fund, you can arrange and appoint guardianship for your minor child. For a trust fund of 500,000 ringgit, upon the trigger event, a payout of 500,000 ringgit insurance proceeds will be credited into a bank's fixed deposit account under your name. Then, this trust fund will start distribution when you become comatose or total permanent disabled, according to the manner you have stipulated in your trust deed. Why do I need a trust? Your trust represents you when you are no longer able to personally manage your wishes. Your trust protects your wishes about how this sum of money is going to be used. Setting up a trust is to legally and practically list down your intention about when the money of the trust fund is to be distributed, how it is to be distributed, and to whom it is to be distributed. Trust helps you to prevent your insurance proceeds from falling into third parties' hands. Prevent your child's legal guardian utilize the money not as what you wish for. To prevent your child from spending this money uncontrollably when she has reached 18 years. Upon your untimely passing, when your child is still a minor, what would happen to your liquid assets that you wish to give to your child? Your cash at bank, your insurance money, your investment money, your jewelry, your collections. A third party will receive all your liquid assets that you wish to give to your child. List of recipients in priority sequence. The first one is the trust fund. If you have set up a trust, then you have no worry as all your designated liquid asset will go into your trust fund in order to be distributed according to the manner you have stipulated in the trust deed. But if you haven't set up a trust, then the second person will come into the picture. In this case, this will be your child's father. But if you and your spouse are no longer available, then the third person will come in. In this case, third person will be the legal guardian appointed by the judge or the court, whom can be your parents or parent-in-law or your sibling. Assumption versus trust. Which one is secure and assured? I think my husband will manage this money well. I think my husband will reserve this money only for our child. Well, no doubt that he will take good care of your child within his capacity. After all, this is his child also. But there are many possibilities that nobody can foresee, such as if your untimely demise happened too soon, he may remarry, he may be facing financial difficulties, or sickness, or death. I think my daughter will use this money in a proper manner. If your daughter were to receive this big sum of money at her age of 18, can you be sure that she has the wisdom as how to manage the money? Would there be anybody comes into the picture to influence her? I think my parents will keep this money for my child. In case if you and your spouse are no longer available when your child is still a minor, then your insurance proceeds will go to your guardian of your child. They may be your parents. What if your parents pass away before your child reaches 18 years old? Your siblings will receive your money that has become part of your parents' estate. Then in this case, it is very difficult to determine whether your siblings will reserve how much to spare for your child. I sincerely hope that you would understand the message that I would like to raise up to you for your beloved daughter. Only with wealth protection that you can secure and assure your daughter will have her education funding ready for her at any time when she needed, even if unforeseen event happens to you. Whether you choose to make the first payment of 71 ringgit or first deposit of 300 ringgit or even 500 ringgit, you secure a guaranteed funding of 300,000 ringgit or 500,000 ringgit respectively. Who would give you 500,000 ringgit when you have only made a deposit of 500 ringgit? Think about it. Failure to plan is an option that will cost us dearly. Thank you and have a good day.